Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going to go on, what's going to happen for you this week in terms of love. The moon. So you're heading down a path of the unknown. Things you could not see clearly that were holding you back are coming into your awareness. And it's kind of scary because it's the beginning of change, transformation. These are two towers here. That's like the tower card. It's things you've built your life upon that are holding you back and imprisoning you, because it looks like there's bars on the top, well, maybe on all the windows here. So things that you felt imprisoned by. Maybe you couldn't see that clearly in the past. Maybe you had a lot of anxiety surrounding something that was keeping you stuck. A lot of red flags coming up, but you couldn't, it's almost like your fearful mind couldn't fully be honest or honestly embrace the truth, because when we embrace the truth, it means we have to transform whatever is like limiting us, and that is fear. That creates fear. Path of the unknown, very scary, but breaking down that tower is always a blessing in disguise. So that's happening within you, within your person as well. So what else does the angels want you to know? Hanged Man. So it's time to see the light. You may have been stuck on this issue for quite a while, in a place of pause, but he always hangs himself upside down by the ankle on purpose in order to see things from a different perspective. So maybe for a long time you're in your mind trying to see some sort of karmic situation from all different angles. You were trying to find the answers, the way forward, the decision that you had to make through the mind, and you were subconsciously ignoring the intuition. The mind is always trying to grab a hold of answers outside of itself, kind of thing. Thoughts like one day you'll come to one conclusion and then you'll still be restless. It doesn't feel satisfying, like it doesn't feel like that's you fully trust in that conclusion that the mind's come to. So then the next day it's thinking and it's come to another conclusion, thinking other scenarios, and then you hold on to that because it brings you a momentary relief. You're like, oh, I found the answer, that's the truth. But then you're feeling restless again, and it's because the truth is only found through the heart. That is where you feel peace in your decision, when you follow the truth of your heart. The heart is what gives you signals, that intuition, whether something feels right or not. And when it doesn't feel right, that's when the mind is all restless, because the heart is infinitely more wise and powerful than the mind. So through this divine connection, it reconnected you to your heart, love. It opened that doorway more so your intuition can open up. And that is where you're seeing karma for what it really is. You're seeing things that were hidden from your awareness, that were holding you back. This love has come in because Spirit is saying it's time for you to exit a karmic cycle, and that is why you were granted this divine love, to open your heart so you could see the truth and become more of your truth and live more of your truth. But you may have felt like your life was on hold in some sort of situation that you felt stuck in. Like it just didn't feel right, but you're like still like in the mind kind of thing. It wasn't quite the right time in the past. But through this divine connection that you have with your person, it was like the opening of the gateway, opening of that veil of the High Priestess. The High Priestess sits on that threshold between the 3D and the higher dimensions, or illusion and truth. So this was the gateway, the doorway that opened up wisdom, clarity through the heart chakra, connecting you to the divine so you can move forward in your true divine nature. Make a heart-based decision, live your life through the heart, through your soul. The mind is what creates a lot of fears. The mind is what creates karma. And what else do you need to know about this connection? 9 of Cups. This is the wish card. This is a wish fulfillment card as well. Moves into the 10 of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment. It's divine love. It's heart-based relationships, like happy, like relationships, not like karma-based ones. 5 of Swords, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is the reunion of soulmates. It's about giving and receiving the heart, love. That was what you and this person were wishing for, divine love, to meet your soulmate. But in order to receive it fully, there's a need to move away from this 5 of Swords energy. This is like karmic based situations where there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of aggression, feeling bound up, feeling gagged, feeling betrayal, the death, like, or the shrinking of your true self in order to fit into other people's expectations. Or in some cases I'm hearing maybe one of you or both of you experienced intense heartbreak, so there was a fear of opening your heart, so maybe there was kind of a settling for something less than your true heart's like desire, your soul's desire, for how your soul wants you to live your life. And so maybe you kind of aligned with something karmic. And I'm not saying this to blame anyone or make you want to criticize yourself, because this is all part of life lessons. When we're in fear of opening our heart, we attract situations where we can't fully open our heart, but then it becomes stifling because the soul wants your heart to open, because that is how you become more of your soul truth. So meeting this counterpart has made you remember your soul's goal of complete fulfillment, which is becoming more of who you really are, which is that love vibration. So the gateway of that love has opened again through this divine union. You picked the 2 of Cups, or the 2 of Roses. The rose is the heart chakra, opening up again. And there's a Rumi oracle card called the Celestial Rose of Ma. And that talks about, in order to basically get back to your heart, get back to love, get back to the divine and divine union, you have to go through the thorns. You have to go through like karmic, painful situations for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to realize that it's not such a great idea to choose fear over love. Two of Cups is like that divine love, being on the same page as your divine beloved. It's like that infinity symbol, your reflections of each other, and where it meets in the middle, it's like that heart chakra. Just like in the chakras, the heart chakra is the central one, so it's like the infinity symbol. The open is like that gateway that reconnects you to who you really are. So, what else do you need to know about this connection right now? Knight of Pentacles. So I'm hearing that you've planted many seeds through your past experiences that have helped you grow so much to the point you're at this vibration where you aligned with your divine counterpart. There's all these clocks here, so there's divine timing. For some of you, it may have felt like quite a slow process, going through these difficulties to come to this point of this deep awareness and the maturing of your heart. Yeah, there's a lot of heartbreak that you went through, and this is the healing after that heartbreak. This is the rejuvenation of who you are. This always reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, sometimes I get some of the old fairy tales mixed up, like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. But I believe that Sleeping Beauty has the spinning wheel, and yeah, she falls asleep, and isn't there like a wicked witch who's basically jealous of her? So some sort of like lots of karmic based manipulations, fear based things where you opened your heart and you got hurt, so you tried to close your heart down again subconsciously. All sorts of like turbulence, emotional trauma, but it breaks the heart open. It matures the heart to become ready for you to feel brave again, by not placing your self-worth on other people. Okay, so I'm hearing most people go through many karmic experiences where you subconsciously base your worth on how the other person treats you, reacts to you, whether they choose you or not, if they cheated or betrayed you, or all things like that. I can't remember where I was going with that. You go through all those experiences, and it basically teaches you that you can't base your happiness on someone else's shoulders. You've got to become self-reliant. You've got to know your own worth. So you go through all that crap to realise your own worth, and then that changes your vibration, and then you draw in much more healthier situations and relationships of all kinds, and that helps you come back to yourself, who you truly are, knowing your true worth. So then you're more in the light rather than in the shadow of illusion. And just like that yin yang, you have to experience both. You have to experience the shadow, then shine the light of truth on your shadow. On this earth plane, because this earth plane is about that duality, you have to go through both to reconnect and have that balance, that infinity where it meets in the middle. It opens your heart up again, and you become who you really are, but also in human form. The Two of Cups. That's what you chose. You're on the same page with this person. It's this divine love. Creates a third energy. Connects you to the higher dimensions. So if you have doubts about this person's feelings and love for you, it's the same as your love and feelings for them. So don't doubt. I know that's easier said than done sometimes. But trust in your heart, what your heart tells you, not what the mind tells you. Knight of Swords. This is rapid movement, or rapid movement into clarity. You had to learn a lot about healthy boundaries. And swords are about the mind and perception, so one of the main healthy boundaries is being truthful with yourself and not weaving these stories in your mind that your worth is dependent on anyone outside of yourself. Okay? So I'm going to look at the vice versa tarot next. What do the angels want you to know about this connection? Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Fool. So yeah, you planted many seeds, seeing the Devil and the Star at the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, it's not the Devil. I always think this one's the Devil. It's strength to overcome the Devil energy. That's the fear-based situations. That's fear-based perceptions. Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Just seeing his face. So, a lot of heartbreak. You felt like you put in so much effort. You tried to plant so many seeds. But I'm hearing it's because we all, or most people, go through this stage of planting many seeds in places where we weren't trusting our intuition. Like the universe, our higher selves as well, always send us gut feelings, heart intuition, red flags. And before we've matured our heart and trusted the intuition that comes from that, we often try and plant more and more seeds into situations that aren't for our highest good. They are in a way, because they teach us, they help us learn. But look, this tree's dead. Just try to plant the seeds, because this is all about investment. But there's a skull here, the tree's dead. The skull here, to me it's like, it's because we try initially to invest in things through what we think we want in our mind, or trying to make decisions based on the mind. But again, it needs to be the heart-based decisions. But I feel this is an ending to investing in things where your heart's telling you don't invest in this. Queen of Pentacles. This is the nurturing energy. This is the mother energy. This is like reparenting yourself. You learnt to reparent yourself, love yourself in all the ways that you are searching for love outside of yourself. Because subconsciously you're most likely getting into relationships, seeking love, approval, validation in all the ways that you felt you didn't receive it in childhood. Maybe from your own mother. But this is, to me, saying you reparented yourself through your struggles. You learnt to give yourself love. You realised you couldn't control other people. And that you didn't even want to control other people just so that they would love you. You wanted it to be genuine. And maybe you got tired of investing and it just getting you nowhere when it came to love. So you started investing in yourself, and again that's when you changed your vibration. King of Swords. This is clarity. This is self-mastery of the mind. A healthy relationship with your mind. A lot of things happened because you had soul contract. I will see lightning as like divine intervention. I never know how to pronounce this. This to me reminds me of the Grim Reaper, but also cutting down the crops kind of thing, harvest time. So this is like cutting your losses, or cutting the ties to doing things in this kind of way. I'm feeling miserable. I don't mean to laugh to minimize that, it's just this face that's quite funny. So yeah, right now you and this person are in a brand new beginning energy. This is like faith in the divine, faith in yourself, leaving behind that baggage of basically a story or many stories of your worth is dependent on other people. You realise now it's not. You know your own worth, and that gives you the strength to be who you truly are. Be this strong person to fight those inner demons, and releasing karmic based relationships of all kinds, releasing your identification to the pain of any kind of like karmic relationship. No longer believing who you are is based on the reflection of some sort of toxicity. There's a deep healing here of both of you, these two cups. Deep healing. Okay. So I'm going to look at the mermaid deck next. What does your angels, what do your angels want you to know? I need you to know about this connection right now. Knight of Wands. You're coming back to your light, to your passion, to your drive. Many new doors of opportunity are opening because you're in your courage. Fear was stalling you. Fear was holding you back in your life. Now you're moving forward. Bravery, courage. Three of Cups, and it's through this divine union that's given you this fire, this passion, this reawakening. I'm seeing the image of the heart flame from this universal oracle deck. The heart flame. It could be twin flames. These flames give you that passion. They give you that desire. Eternal flame. This connection's reconnected you with your eternal self. Your soul self, your soul truth. And there's a celebration, there's happiness, there's freedom. These look youthful. It's rejuvenated you. It's making you feel youthful again. You may have felt like tired and old and burnt out and like everything was grey. But now everything is so much more vibrant. You feel vibrant. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye.